welcome. I hope I'm audible enough. Okay, all right. So you're welcome. This is Olusegun Fabseko, DSK, and I really do hope that you can hear me and I'm audible and I'm very, 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 very clear. All right. If you're watching live, just give me some comment, give me some feedback. Um, I This is my first live, so we're gonna figure this out together. Okay. All right. So today I want to share um, a very important topic, and that is, why do you want to relocate? Why do you want to relocate? To everything that you do or want to do, you must have a very, very strong reason. There must be something that is very, very particular to you that will want to make you to relocate abroad, leave your home country. And I want you to consider your reasons very carefully. But before I go into some of the things you have to consider, I want you to think about something. Okay, let me check this. All right, good. Um, the question you need to first ask yourself is relocation for everybody? And the answer is no. The answer is no. Is it for everybody? Is it everybody that would consider relocating to another country, leaving their home country, leaving everything behind, and starting a new life? Not everybody would do that. And why do I say that? If everybody leaves your home country, who is going to remain there? If everybody leaves, who is going to remain? Who is going to stay back? And of course, a nation consists of people. So if everybody leaves, the nation ceases to exist. So everybody can leave. So relocation is not for everybody. It is not for everybody. I decided to do it. Some people will not decide to do it, and some people will decide to do it, and they will still not be able to do it successfully. All right. So if you're considering it, there's nothing wrong in you thinking about it. There's nothing wrong in you wanting what you want. You should just answer yourself this question ahead of time. By the time I get what I want, would I still want what I get? Very, very, very sincere question you have to ask yourself. So there are different motivations for wanting to relocate, and I want you to consider um, some of these. Okay, consider all of it. All of this could be in your mind, and all of these don't have to apply to everybody. But some of these will apply to you. Maybe one, two, or three, or a combination of some of them will apply to you. So let's get right into it. Okay. So, um, are you considering relocating because of the purpose of study progression? So you probably want to advance your education. You want to have a degree, and maybe the course you want to do or study is not available in your home country. Okay. Let me try this and see if it works like this. Position is left, rotate device backwards. Okay. I'm trying to figure out this orientation. 1 second. I'll figure this out. Auto rotate. Okay. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. So, um, are you considering progressing your studies? Like, you want to learn something, you want to study something, or there's a particular country that does it really well, or there's a particular city or university that does it well? That is enough reason to want to relocate. That is enough reason. And these reasons, you don't have to go out of your way to explain it to somebody, except if somebody is your spouse or your dependent, or maybe even your children, if they're adult enough for you to have this conversation with them. Okay, so is it because you want to study an additional degree? Maybe you want to progress, you want to do a master's degree, or you want to have a different, path. Like, you want to change your career path and you want to study a degree, a new one entirely. That is a legitimate reason to want to study. Because the last time I checked, studying in Nigeria or in some countries in Africa could really, really be a mess. I know somebody that has been doing a PhD program for, what is it, 5 or 6 or 7 years now. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Hello, Volta. Thank you for connecting live. It doesn't make sense. See, I'm from Nigeria, and studying in Nigeria could really, 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 it could be amazing. There are some great universities. Should I use the word great? No, there are some good universities, None of them is in maybe top 500. Maybe only one or two is in top 1,000. I think that's Convenant University. So you can't boast of the best schools in the world in some countries in Africa. So you might want to go to a country that is more renowned for excellence or research. Okay, so that's one. Number two, do you want to relocate because you want to progress your career? You want to, if you're watching this live or on replay, please help share this. A lot of people need to hear this conversation and ask themselves these questions and be convinced within themselves. Because if you don't have these strong reasons, if you don't have this valid conversation with yourself, when things are tough, you will think you made a mistake. You would think you made a mistake. And you see, the best person to have this conversation with is firstly with your God and with yourself. So if you're not convinced within yourself, don't wait for another human being to convince you. Have this conversation with yourself. Some of the strongest conversation you ever have is the one you have with yourself. With yourself. All right. So, number two, could it be that you're considering relocation because you want to progress in your career? Of course, there are some countries that are known for some particular things, like you might want to relocate to maybe Silicon Valley in the United States because you want to progress, in IT, like you want to maybe work in some blue chip companies. See, that is a valid reason to relocate. For example, I was advising somebody a couple of weeks ago about the courses I would recommend to you if you want to study in Finland. You see, I didn't know this information before I came in. I've come in and now I have that heads up. And I can tell you that studying this course and going this career line automatically just brighten your chances. It is not enough that course or career is in a occupational shortage list, which you should look out for in any country. But it just, as in some courses and some careers in some countries, will just make you begin to ball. Like you are so going to be in high demand, you will never be unemployed for one day. And there are some courses that when you study them, your career just shuts down in that country. Like you will need to think of another thing to study to create a new career. All right. Okay. So number three, is your sole purpose for relocating just because you want to make money? Money, 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 money. See, it is a valid reason. Money makes the world go round. You are so right. The lack of money is the evil forest. You are so right. Don't just love it, have it, know how to make, multiply, manage, and make it available for those around you and be a blessing to them. So if your primary motivation is to make money, you might want to consider some certain countries whereby the salary is a lot and you pay little or no tax. So all your money is available to you. Do you understand? That's a valid reason. There are some countries that you pay tax through your nose, maybe 30, 40%. So you're sharing your salary with the state, with the government, if you know what I mean. So if it's to make money, yeah, you might want to consider the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Dubai. The money there is so much and is probably not even taxed at all. So all your money is yours, man. By the time you change it to your local currency, you're going to be swimming in lots of it. So that's the valid reason. What are we now? Number 5. Are you considering relocating because you want to be able to start a business, get involved in a business, or grow a business in a particular country? That's a valid reason. See, not every country or city is excellent for business. Some government policies can crumble a business in 2 seconds. While some government policies in some countries can make a particular business to thrive. So consider your reason, can consider the location. For example, if you want to do business, you're probably thinking China, because you're probably going to get more than enough support for business, importing, exporting. You'll probably be able to get some services easy because that is what they do 24/7. Okay, so let your reasons be clear. You might have more than one or two reasons, but identify your primary reason. All right. So another reason that you should look at, why are you considering relocation? Is it for your children? And this one, a lot of people will be able to relate to this one. So there's a kind of life you have had till now. So you're watching this video today. There's a life you have had from when you were born till now. Either you love it you're proud of it. Hello, Proxy Lord. Either you're proud of it, either you're not proud of it, either that life has given you opportunities or has given you limitations. It could have given you access to the world or shut you out of the world. I don't know. But you see, do you want your children to repeat your life? Are you so proud in a good way? Are you so excited about your life that if your children have the same kind of life, you're going to love it? Like you're going to be like, come on, that's it. If you are not, you might want to change the trajectory for them by thinking about them and making sure they have at least a different passport or an additional passport. See, the kind of passport you carry in this life matters. I'm telling you. I'm not even going to shade any country or shade any country's passport. Some countries' passport can only visit one or two, maybe three countries. Some countries' passport can visit probably 180, 190 countries in the world. So you want to think of mobility, international mobility, access to resources, access to different continents and different whatever. Some country you can't go anywhere. You go nowhere because your passport is as good as an ID card. You can't even visit some places. To even get visa, you're going to be seen in a different way, and you even question why your parents gave you that kind of passport or nationality. So a reason to want to relocate or travel is it for your children? Do you want to give them a different kind of visibility? Do you see what I'm saying? Think about it very well. Think about it. Not like your country is a disadvantage, but some countries give you extra advantages. Be very, very honest with yourself when you're having this conversation. Okay, I have the green passport. It's not a disadvantage, but it has its limitations. You go to some countries in the world and you are seen very, very funny. You begin to ask yourself, would they see me like this if I was holding a different kind of passport? It's not just about passport control at the airports. No, that is small. That is a thing, but that is even small. You apply for some jobs and they're looking at not just your passport, but your place of birth. Oh my God, that could hurt. Do you want your children to repeat that kind of experience? That's a question for you to answer. Another reason you should consider relocation, or you should consider when you're thinking of relocation, is are you thinking of relocation because of a change of environment? So within one country, you might want to change your state, your province, your location, but at times you just tell yourself that it's like I've become a shark or a whale that is bigger than this current swimming pool that I'm in. So you might want to think of, okay, should I change my swimming pool completely because I've probably outgrown this place, or this place has become toxic for me, has become so inconveniencing, has become terrible for my life? See, at times the solution to your questions or the solution to a point in your life is to live where you are. Live so that you can live. Leave so that you can live. So you might want to like, is it time for me to have a change of environment? Maybe in your youth, you used to like a bubbly environment where there's noise, there's loudness, there's vibe. As you get to a particular age, you might begin to like, I think I want some peace and quiet at this point in my life. It is a valid reason to want to relocate. It was one of the reasons why I chose where I'm currently at right now. You have to answer the question for yourself. All right. So another thing to consider is this: why do I want to relocate? And this one is quite very, very sensitive. Is it because of health challenges, or you want to be in a place where you can have access to health? I'll say this again. I'm originally from Nigeria and I used to live in Nigeria. I've lived in one or two other different places in the world, but my experience of healthcare in Nigeria is terrible. And this is a good part to say a prayer that, so it's a prayer we normally pray. It might mean differently to you in your country. You could hear a prayer like, may Nigeria never happen to you. You don't want to wait till a tragedy strikes or an emergency goes wrong before you realize that I was in the wrong place all along. Today is not the day to share some very deep-seated experiences that have not been palatable, but you get the gist. If anything goes wrong in your country, is there enough healthcare system for yourself, your spouse, your children, your parent? or you're going to maybe just die. And there's no other way to say that. Are you in a place where they value health, value life, that they will do anything to resuscitate that life or hold that life together, or you're just going to collapse and die, and nobody is going to be able to intervene? It's a reason why some people want to relocate. And boy, trust me, it's a valid reason. And I pray again, may Nigeria or may your country's deficiency not happen to you and give you a painful scar for the rest of your life. Some people know what I'm saying. Some people can relate to what I'm saying better than some other people. If you can, you might want to talk about your experiences and why you think that should be a reason for you to relocate out of your current country. Another reason why you can consider relocation, or you should consider when you're about to relocate. Meanwhile, if you're not subscribed to this channel, come on, what are you waiting for? Subscribe so that you can get involved in conversations like this, share your thoughts, throw some lights, give some people some enlightenment, exposure, so that we can continue to grow this community. And I really do appreciate that if you do that. Thank you very much. You just click the subscribe button, turn on the notification, and let us continue to grow this community. Okay, thank you very much for that. Another reason, I'm wrapping up right now, another reason why you should consider relocation is are you a retiree, or you're like a senior and you are getting to the twilight of your life? You're considered elderly. And in some countries, the way they treat elderlies is a shame, it's like a sham. Like you will always want to regret growing old. If you've gotten to that stage of your life and you're not sure your elderly, part of your life is going to be well taken care of, then consider relocation to a place where they're going to treat you good or treat you well, or where you can have a level of sanity and just enjoy your twilight. Maybe that is peaceful, maybe by the waterfall, somewhere where you can reminisce and think, because a lot of people die of mental exhaustion, but they don't see it in their autopsy report. Right? So if you're in that stage of your life, or your parents are in that stage of your life, you might want to consider that. Is that not the reason why some people in Nigeria or Africa go back to the village? Because there's some peace and quiet and access to good food, good oxygen, good environment that can support that stage of your life. Consider that. Another reason why you should consider relocation, or you should consider this thought while you're trying to relocate, is it for holiday purposes? If it is, there are some locations you shouldn't consider, like New York. It's so noisy, it will throw away every thought of holiday in your mind. There are some places that it's not for holiday, man. It's just for work. It's for hustle. It's for vibes. So you'll probably not be able to enjoy any natural scenario or natural scenery. You'll probably not even enjoy the hustle and bustle. So have a clear reason why you want to relocate. And I'll tell you why I'm sharing all this. Because when you relocate, the first few weeks and months, maybe the first 1, 2, 3 years, it's not the most rosy. You will learn some harsh realities that you will be shocked. You will almost think you made a mistake. You will probably want to regret your decision. But you know what is going to hold you strong, mentally strong? It is your motivation, your why. See, when your why is strong enough, on the dark days or the winter days, or when the temperature is getting to -30, -40, or maybe the sun is getting to +35 and you're freezing cold, or you're extremely hot, or the jobs are not coming, or the good jobs are not coming, you will remind yourself that you have a reason. And that reason is worth waiting for, worth executing, and worth staying and executing and waiting for it to come to fruition. Do you understand? So have your reasons clear. Then when you are sure of your reasons, you now begin to think of the pathway to go to where you want to go, because your reasons will determine where you want to go. I can't sit here and say you have to come to Europe. No, I'm not going to market anywhere for you. You're going to go to where you want to go. You're going to go to where is best for you, because where is best for you is not best for me. Every country has its pros and cons. America, USA, Canada, UK. I can't sit here and bash any country. No, hell no. There are people doing well everywhere, and there's some people struggling everywhere. There's no best location anywhere. Even though we have the list of the strongest passports, you can be in a place where the passport is the number one in the world and you will still struggle there. Because your skill sets are different, your motivations are different, the stage of your life is different, and the things you can do and can't do are different. All right. So have your motivations and your reasons really clear. Then, when you have figured out your reasons and your motivation, you now begin to draft the locations that fit your motivation. You then begin to draft the pathways to go there. You want to go there through a study visa. You want to go there through a work visa. You want to go there through a business visa. You want to go there through golden visa. America now has the golden visa. It's a $5 billion a work. Some people have that money to spend and to spare. So I thought to share this thought with us so that you can begin to have a background knowledge of how to begin to think when you are thinking of relocation. All right, so we're going to bring the live to a close. It's the first time we're coming live here, and if you want us to come live much more, please engage with our content, subscribe, share this, and let us have more conversations together. And we will see in the next live or in the next video. Till we see, this is Coach TS, Coach Shegun say thank you for connecting and have a wonderful day. See you later. Bye-bye.